They say hunting is in your blood. But what if you're just winging it? Justin's the middle-aged rookie with a new passion for hunting and an even newer bird dog. Eric, he's the guy who actually knows what he's doing. Most of the time. If you're into hunting, bird dogs, or just watching a guy learn the hard way, you're in the right place. Welcome to Upland Underdog.
Got a new trainer.
Really?
Not a personal trainer.
No.
No.
You don't have to go to Central Kansas anymore?
Central is very loose. It's very, very southeast. Very. It's 10 minutes across the border. But no, Princess Quality gun dogs. Zero bad things to say. However, as folks might have remembered, I recently joined Missouri Gun and Quail Club.
That's right.
It is 30 minutes from my house. They have fields for training. Took my dog out there just to play a couple weeks ago. There's a video online on the channel about what the grounds look like and what facilities and type of amenities they have there. And when I was out there, ran into a guy. Said, "Oh, my dog's out here because that's a good trainer and I want him training my dog. And this is a great place to train dogs." And I said, I got the membership so I could help train my dog, but I don't know what I'm doing. And there's a trainer. This is great.
Yeah. How convenient is that?
So got his number, texted him, and he said, "Yeah, that's totally fine."
Can I get them digits?
I did. I got someone's phone number at the gun club.
Wow.
Fun fact about that. When I went and decided I was going to inquire about it, I reached out through their website. The only person that I could really find a number for was a woman named Peggy. And when you go on the website, it said that Peggy does like the dog training stuff, or she is like I don't know, whatever they call their board members for the dog training stuff. So I sent Peggy a Facebook message because I didn't have her phone number. I stalked her and I got her Facebook and I sent her a Facebook message. And I was like, "Hey, I got your name from this. Curious about joining." And so she's like, "Yeah, just meet me up there." So I kept joking with my wife about getting them digits. So I said, "I'm going to go meet Peggy." She's like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And I was like, "You're not jealous at all. It's just going to be me, Peggy, and the dog out in the field. You see how the lady's been reacting when we take our dog out. You never know." She's like, "It's fine." And then I actually got out there and I was like, "I'm out here with Peggy." She goes, "Okay, it's not that funny anymore. You can stop." But Peggy was older than my mom and wore the same shoes as Brandy's grandma. Super nice woman.
So nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about. Super nice woman. Showed me the grounds. She was really helpful. Told me some things I didn't know about. She talked to me about bird launchers.
Yeah.
Which was the first time I was like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense to have something that throws the bird like that."
That way you don't have to hand throw it.
Yeah, again, I have no idea. I had seen online where people sleep the birds.
Yep.
They make them dizzy and then they tuck their wing over their head and then they just kind of put them off in the field. I knew about that, but I'd never even thought about bird launchers. I'm all new to this. So Peggy told me about those. She said, "We have some shitty bird launchers in there if you want to use those. They're old and they don't work well and they're manual. So I use this kind and I use that kind." She was a super nice woman. And so that was my first exposure to the grounds and my ideas for how I could train her. And then the second time I went out and I brought my wife, I said, "Check it out. Watch the dog run and play." I took some drone footage. It was just a fun little 1 hour excursion.
It probably gave her a lot of comfort too, just seeing Hazel out there and getting a chance to do what she wants to do. Like that's probably pretty helpful.
It was really cool to watch her run off leash. I don't think that might have been the first time that she got to see her really roam and run off leash. So
let her natural instincts kick in and start working, and you didn't even have to teach her any of that. It just happened.
Well, there were no birds out there when we went because I wasn't ready to bird train her because don't have a bird launcher, and the birds weren't ready when we went out there.
Yeah, but they've come through, so they're scent. Like she's
true.
smelling. Her brain's going crazy with
Sounds like she's snorting.
Oh yeah, she's happy as can be when they're on something. She doesn't know what it is, but she smells something.
Exactly. So we were out there with the dog and we were in the puppy fields because they have sectioned off fields specifically for puppies. They're fenced in. It's wonderful. We went over to the big fields just so I could show her what the big field looks like. There's dogs working out there. And the rule is kind of don't take your dog out there if other people are working their dogs out there. So the guy that was working his dogs said, "This is the trainer I use. He's really great. His prices are good. He is really well with the dogs. I've been taking my dog there. My dog's doing awesome." So I got his number. While we were there, though, he said, "Do you care if I give her a bird?" And I said, "No, we didn't come out here to do birds. They brought their own birds." So I didn't bring her out here to do birds. He said, "Oh, that's fine. I got one that's, just got caught, so it doesn't have much longer anyway." Yeah. And he let Hazel smell it, and Brandy, my wife, got to see her go crazy when she smelled it.
Yeah.
And so he's, using it like a toy, and he tosses it. She runs, she gets it, she brings it right back to whoever tossed it, because there was like a couple people out there. She played basically fetch with strangers, because she's like, you threw the bird, I'll bring the bird back. And that was awesome to see.
Yeah, when I had my German short hair, whenever she would fetch, it always came back to me. Even if I'm not the one that shot it, it always came back to me. So we'd be out hunting, and I'd end up with all the birds. So it's cool that she'll retrieve for whoever's throwing it, and hopefully whoever shoots it. That'll be nice.
That's the hope, is that she can retrieve for multiple people if need be. But the idea that she was just doing it, and everyone's like, oh, she's got a soft mouth. And that's what Prince was saying too. She does have a soft mouth, meaning she's not mangling the birds on the way back. They're not a chew toy for her. She's just like, I grabbed it, and here you go.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, it's just slobbery.
She doesn't drop it very well. When I grab it, she'll kind of hang on to it, but she's not chomping on it. And then as soon as I say drop, which I've been teaching her that, does it work? Half the time it does. I say drop, and then she'll let me get it from her. But got the guy's number. Oh, one more thing about that. The same guy, I was talking to him, just chit-chatting. I said, I'm glad that they have a pond out here. I want to get her ready for the NAVDA natural ability test. There's swimming involved. She doesn't like swimming. She loves being in water, but she won't just go out until she can't touch. And he said, let's go test that real quick. He's got the bird. He's walking in front of her. He's like, come on, come on, come on. She's going nuts for the bird. He chucks it in the water, and she just jumps in the water.
So she can't swim. It's just...
zero problems doing it.
Well, when we went camping, she went right into the river, walked right in, and is out into current. And now, yes, she was on a leash, so she's not going far, but swam fine.
Like, she can swim, but there's just trepidation there for some reason. Sorry for the college word.
Yeah, it's just maybe the fear of jumping in, and I don't know. I wonder if it's different now. If like we're all in the pool, my dog's in the pool, she'll be like, okay, they're fine. We can all get in there now. And see if she'll just jump in.
Well, I hope that's the case, that she gets over that, not fear, but just that hesitancy to do it.
It could end up being a bad thing, though. She could just not keep her out of the pool then.
Hey, you know what? I'd rather that they be that her having fun than plus out of my hair, exercise, tire her dog out.
Yeah, that's true.
Because your dog sleeps for so long. After that camping trip, both of our dogs slept forever.
Yeah, it was like a whole day of just crashed out.
Yeah. The guy that we were there with, who was the trainer, talked to him, got his number. The dog did well with the quail. It just gave me good hope for her. It made me excited to see. So I rang him up, and he's like, hey, I'm out in this city, and it's about an hour and 15-minute drive for me to get to where he's at. I think an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, where he's at. I said, no problem. I'll meet you out there one day after work, because he's got a full-time job too. Met him out there. He's got a bird pen on his property where he keeps a bird coop, whatever you want to call it, where he keeps the different birds that he has. He doesn't raise birds, but he buys birds, and he maintains them in a coop out there. So he had some pheasants in there, some quail in there. He had a couple different birds in there, but as soon as we got there, Hazel ran over to that and just did laps around it. Laps after laps after laps.
She's familiar with the smell then.
She was loving every second of it. So she is just going to town, jumping, and they were in like a wire coop. So they were seeing her, and she was seeing them. She was going nuts. Loved it, but wore her out so quick because of all that excitement, all that built up energy. But we get out there, and he's, what are your goals of the dog? I said, hunting. He said, well, what kind of hunting? Do you want fur? And I was like, what do you mean fur? He said, oh, well, I train all kinds of dogs. I train some drats. I train some German wire-haired pointers. And some of those dogs you can train to hunt like boar and stuff like that. And I said, no, I don't need to do that. I just want to get birds. Yeah, birds, please. Birds. And he said, no problem. Let's start with some obedience. Let's do this and that. So he was showing me how to get her some obedience on a leash, because my wife doesn't like walking her if she's pulling at stuff. If she sees a bird, she goes nuts still. Well, good thing.
It's a good thing.
But not a good thing when my 6-year-old son's trying to
that's true,
walk her too.
Yeah, she'll just drag him all over the place.
And she does. And so we did some obedience things there. He worked with her on some treats. And when we were there, he planted 2 birds in the field for her, because he had 2 bird launchers, Dogtra bird launchers. And I said, those are nice. So, and for everyone that might not know, bird launcher is just a metal contraption that's kind of like a hammock that is spring loaded. So you put a bird in the hammock, and then you push it down, and then the hammock folds over, and there's a little latch. And then on the automated ones, When you push a button, that hammock is spring-loaded, it unfolds, and it basically flings the bird in the air.
Shoot it straight up.
Shoots it straight up in the air. And it's supposed to simulate a dog flushing the bird. It's supposed to simulate, hey, I found this bird, I smell this bird, and now the bird's flying, so my owner can shoot it. That's what it's there for. It's also a way to hold the bird so you don't have to try to do the sleep thing.
Yeah, because
And
they get undizzy and then they cover you up and then they're moving and running. And
so the bird launchers that he had worked really well. It was the first time that Hazel had worked with the bird launcher. She's out there sniffing like crazy and she locks on. And just watching her lock on is so much fun.
she points really well.
She does.
I mean, she's got a really good point.
She doesn't always do the
Yeah, but
paw thing, but that's not necessarily part of the point.
her nose is down and flat and her tail's flat and it's still like she points really well.
So she found the first one and she held her point for a while. He hits the button and then she goes nuts. The bird on that one, she was able to go catch and she had a great time doing that. She loves chasing birds. He goes and he sets her up for the second one. Same exact thing, except for this one, I got a good video of the point, a good picture of the point, one of the two, where it's just like, I think I sent it to you.
Yeah.
I'm like, look at this.
Yeah, she's just frozen.
And again, she loved it. So my dog has zero problem loving birds. She has zero problems chasing birds. She has zero problem catching birds, which you're not necessarily supposed to do when you bird hunt.
But she brings, I mean, she's good at bringing them back.
Yep.
Like she's not destroying them. Like
It's just the gunfire. So I told him that. I said, everything on her, he said, yeah, she loves to hunt. She loves the birds. She's doing a great job. It's just the gunfire. So I want him, and this is going to be my goal. So he's local enough to where we can meet up every now and then, and he can take her every now and then. And we are going to get her some time with him, specifically on gunfire training, doing it the right way, making sure that she is comfortable with it, making sure that it is introduced the right way. So that's our plan with her. Fast forward, so that all happened a couple of weeks ago. Fast forward about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I can't remember exactly when. He said, do you have time to meet up today? I said, yep, let's go do it. So we meet up at the Gun and Quail Club. So it was a central place for us. He brought his bird launchers again. He said, let's just get her some more work. And he brought his starter pistol. He said, let's see if we can introduce her today in a safe way. Well, the way that the gun club is set up, it's a Missouri Gun and Quail, or quail, yeah, Gun and Quail.
yeah.
There's a gun range next to the quail field. And when we get out there, there's only one vehicle there. And they're on the rifle range, so they're shooting rifles. So we take her out to the field, and there's a bird hidden out in the field for her. And he said, when she finds it and points it, you raise your hand, let me know that she's found it. And then whenever you push the button to let the bird go, I'll pull the trigger and we'll see how she reacts to that. And he was 100 yards away. Now the gun range is about 50 yards behind that. So about 150 yards away.
Yeah.
They're shooting a big old rifle. So while she's out there looking for this bird, they hadn't been shooting for a while. They kick up their shooting again. And as soon as she hears it, probably 80 yards away from her, she just runs as far away as she can from it. I said, no. She didn't care. She wasn't looking for the bird anymore. She was just worried about getting far away. And it was adorable. And I felt so bad because there's tall grass there. She literally ran, sat in the tall grass, and just started looking for me through the tall grass. She just doesn't like it. And again, I don't know why that would be. It's just, she's young.
Does she freak out the thunder too?
No, she doesn't freak out for thunder. She didn't do great on 4th of July, but she didn't do terrible. Your dog on 4th of July, on the other hand, is one.
She's terrible. And thunder.
Where did you find her on 4th of July?
Oh, she was in the basement behind our storage area, like curled up in a ball and could not get out. Like, so she was content with whatever little space she made for herself.
Yeah, they went to look for her. I can't find her. I can't find her. I can't find her. Oh, I found her in the deepest, darkest, safest, quietest corner of the house in the basement.
2 walls of concrete and under something big and metal. So, yeah.
It happens. And the trainer's like, I don't think she's gun shy. I wouldn't use the word gun shy. I just think that she's not introduced to it. So she got so spooked out by that. Did not like it. So we didn't try to do his starter pistol at all that day, which is good. Again, I like that no one's pushing it.
Yeah,
I don't want to push it.
Not pushing her, yeah.
I don't want to be in push because I don't know how much to give and how much to...
Well, and if you don't want to push her off and her never be able to go.
That's
like,
the biggest thing.
Like, you want her to be able to enjoy it. So.
And like I've said a handful of times, I bought this dog for hunting. I want her to do what she was bred to do. If she can't do that, that would make me sad for her. Mm-hmm. Not just like, oh man, I can't take my dog out, but oh man, this dog that I bought so I could give her the best life, I can't do that.
Yeah.
That'll bum me out a little bit.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
A lot of it.
Because you can tell how happy she is.
No, she's she gets so excited. And that's what he said. So gunfire happens. Didn't like it at all. Gunfire stops. Those people leave. Those are the only people at the range. So once they left, she wouldn't take treats from our hands. She was just out of it. She was just
done.
I don't want anything to do with this. Y'all leave me alone. Wouldn't take any treats out of her hands or anything. Once the gunfire stopped, we were just playing with her, letting her walk around, do her own thing, giving her freedom again. And then she started kind of perking back up, and she started showing a little bit more life and a little bit more fun. We had one, so you have to pay for the birds there. I think it's like $8 a bird. So we took one of the birds that we had, that he had with him. Yeah. Pulled out some of the flight feathers for her and let her just chase the bird. And when we threw it, she was all over it again. He's like, okay, I think she's coming back. And then she got some excitement to her. So he said, okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go hide the bird. You take her, you just pet her, you hang out with her, just keep her away. I'll go hide the bird and we'll see if she can find it. So I take her back to the car. I'm giving her some loving, just like, hey, everything's all right. And he's like, all right, I hit it. Come on back. So we go out there and then immediately down to work. Nose going a mile a minute. Loving it. So if the bird is 30 yards to our left, we intentionally started further away from where it would be.
Make her find it.
So we started to the right, about 30 yards from where it was, and just started walking. He said, don't pay any attention to her. Let her know that she's okay to do whatever she wants, because the more you call her or pay her attention, she'll think she has to be close to you. Just don't do it. So we're walking around, and she ranges out a little bit. And eventually she starts working her way over that way. He's like, do you remember? I don't remember, because the way the grass is cut, it's kind of rows. Mm-hmm. I don't remember, is that row or the next row? And then she's walking, and bam. He's like, oh, it was that row. She found it.
She did what she was supposed to. She found it.
And locked on so hard. And it's so fun to watch that. Like, I got goosebumps right now thinking about it.
It's so cool because it happens. You're like, they're not going to, because we can't find it. We can't smell it. And then all of a sudden they're just there.
You know quality when you see it and when you feel it. Midwest Stair Company builds custom stairs that don't just connect floors, they elevate your whole space. Every curve, cut, and finish is built with intention, the kind of detail hunters and homeowners both appreciate. Take a look at MidwestStairCompany.com and step into something better.
I mean, it's fun. That is cool.
And she found that one, and we let it go, and she caught it, and she had a grand old time with it. And he said, I'm so happy to see that, because I was worried that she wouldn't come back from the anger that she had, or the scaredness that she had from those shots to be back. He's like, I'm not using my pistol today, but I'm really glad to see the way that she bounced back from it, because that shows me that there's work that can be done.
Yeah, that I think she's scared because she doesn't know what it is. It's not that she's scared. She just doesn't know what it is.
Exactly.
It's not that she's scared of gunfire. It's the sound coming from where she can't picture.
And I've heard from a lot of people too, it's one of those things to where the dog doesn't, if you have the dog doing something really fun, it's not going to care what the bang means. The bang means do what you want. I'm having a great time. Yeah, I don't care.
The bang might be I'm getting a treat too.
Exactly. They associate it with the fun they're having. And that's why someone recently said, just take the dog to the range if it's afraid of guns. I said, that sounds like the opposite of what I should do. I'm not doing that, because if I take the dog to the range and it's even worse, where do I go from there?
Yeah.
Then that's a recipe for disaster. And there's no doubt in my mind that there have been dozens and dozens of folks in this world and dozens of dogs that have had their gunfire introduction be, I just took them to the range and they were fine. And good for them. That works.
Yeah, it works.
For them. But it doesn't work for my dog, I can tell you that. So we're going to see where she ends up. But that is the quick little jaunt into how I am now working with a local trainer versus going back to Prince. Because what it does, and again, this has nothing to do with Prince at all, it allows me to be more in tune with what they're doing, allows me to work with her after they get worked with to continue the training.
More availability for you to do it, just because it's not so far away.
Yeah, 5 hours.
Yeah.
And the other thing was Prince's finishing dog work that he does, he said, is about 2 months long. So I would drop the dog off for 2 months. And now this way, I don't have to do that.
Yeah, she's a dual purpose dog. She's not just a hunter. So that's going to be a hard sell to your wife and kids that, oh, by the way, the dog's gone for 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Around Christmas and all that other stuff.
Good luck with that.
I would have been enemy number one for a while. Yeah. I mean, she has chewed up an AirPod, one of my wife's slippers. I found her with like 9 socks today. We were doing laundry. And so I was like, where do you keep getting these socks? The laundry room door was open. So she just ran in there, get a sock. And she was bringing them to me. Hey, look what I got now. Let's
Good
play.
job.
She wanted to play, so I played with her eventually, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
My kids are like, why is she doing this? She's a puppy and she wants to play.
She's retrieving. That's part of her play. So.
Exactly. And that was just the gunfire stuff can be worked on. Not worried about it. The bird stuff, it's my birthday recently. I got a bird launcher for my birthday.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even ask you what your birthday gifts were.
It was so bird launchers aren't cheap. Well, let me take that back. I'm going to tell you exactly how much they are. Bird launchers about $130 if you just want to go out there and kick it and make it go off. Go out there and manually pull a pin and watch it go off. If you want to, my dog is locked on. I'm 30 yards away, but I'm watching my dog work. I want my dog to get the reward. Push the button. Then those are closer to 400. So not cheap.
Not cheap, but if it's a tool that you can teach and use with, and
that's the thing. I'm going to get plenty of use out of it. So I went with a Dogtra. There's DT and then there's Dogtra, are the two main big brands out there. I went with Dogtra. The trainer that I've been meeting with locally, he uses those. I saw how they work in the field. They're quiet. They've got a cool little button that has a siren or a duck on it. And that is to be able to locate it, because when you hide them in tall grass, if your dog's not doing its job, or when the dog did its job. So in one case, the dog did its job. We launched the bird. The bird flew farther than we thought. So we had to go get the bird, and we had to use the dog to find the bird. She did a good job at that too. She went into the tall grass. We're like, you got to find it again because it's missing again. So she went and she found it again. And then when we go get the launcher, we had no idea what the launcher was.
Is it in this row or the next one?
Exactly. So he hit his button and he had the siren noise or the honk, the beep noise or whatever. And
that's a pretty cool feature.
Yes, exactly.
Like you said, you're in tall grass, you're not going to find it.
Not
anytime soon. I mean, you could, but.
And you can link up multiple. So I can, if I bought another one, which with the next one I get is only going to be $320 instead of $400, because I already have the remote.
Off.
But I still need the thing that makes it work with the remote, but I don't have to buy the remote again. So that's down the line. I'm not worried about that.
It's on sale, right? I mean,
when it's on sale, it's basically free.
Yeah.
But the way that it works is I can just use it and then go put my dog in the vehicle and then go hide it again and then bring her out and use it again. I don't need to have multiple. It will be better to have multiple. That way I can have two birds hitting at one time and not have to go put her back in the car and figure all that stuff out. But for right now, totally fine with doing it one at a time.
It's better than trying to tuck the wing and hoping they're staying there.
And I will try that just to see if I can, because he showed me how to do it, and I will try that.
Just don't pop the head off.
Well, that all unfortunately did happen one time when we were out hunting, that the head did pop off. But again, the idea is to put the bird out of its misery quick, because it doesn't need to be shot and just laying there. So that's one way to do it.
Yeah, that's one way.
One of the old timers we were hunting with on opening day did say that you get in trouble from the game warden if they come over and they see a bird still moving in your pile.
Yep.
So he said, that happened to me once 35 years ago. Now you'll never catch me with a dove with its head on.
Just make sure it's gone.
Yep, just make sure I'm not going to get in trouble again. The other thing I wanted to point out about the Missouri Gun and Quail Club and our podcast and the website in general, when I started this, I'm not very active on Facebook. I think my first post before I started the website was over a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And you're very similar.
Yeah, I look at, I really usually for pictures. That's looking at pictures of family. Otherwise, I don't post at all.
And when I posted on there, people came out of the woodwork. I got buddies from college calling me. I didn't know you were doing that. My son shoots trap. We should go shooting sometime. I got a friend of a friend say, hey, you know what? I go upland hunting all the time. We should totally go sometime. Again, it's one of those things to where no one's ever invited me, to no one's fault, because they didn't know I was interested. But now that people know, they're like, oh, there's like a large community out there of folks that are just like, I'll go with you. And they're people I've known for years.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, it's people that you're like, wow, I never knew you did that. That's unbelievable.
And one of the neatest things that happened with it all was a woman I went to grade school and high school with reached out to me because they have a wire pointing griffon.
Small world. It's so world. That's so strange.
And so we were messaging over Facebook, and then we exchanged numbers to just talk because it was easier. And when we were talking, she's like, I don't know if you remember this or not, because we went to a decent sized grade school, but our graduating class, she was in my graduating class, was 70 people. So very small high school.
Small.
So we've known each other for years and years and years, but we weren't like best friends. We didn't go over each other's houses and whatnot. I think I did go to her house once for like a birthday party in like 7th grade or something. but we never really like hung out about what we're up to and all that other stuff. Turns out that she has been going bird hunting with her dad since she was a little kid.
That's
So,
so crazy.
so she reaches out to me, and the reason that we ended up talking on the phone is because I was asking her a bunch of questions about grooming. I realized after petting my dog one time, I was like, "Oh, there's a knot there. Oh, there's a lot of knots.
There's a lot of knots.
How do I groom this dog?" So I'm asking her. She goes, "You know what? Just let me call you and explain it because it's hand stripping and it's just a thing that let me explain it to you that way." So we talked for about 15, 20 minutes just about the dogs, the grooming of the dogs. She's like, "You know what you should do? You should join a place. It's Missouri Gun and Quail." And I was like, "Oh, I just did that."
That's funny.
She's like, "Oh, my husband and I are members there." I was like, "Oh, that's crazy."
Oh, you know Peggy.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just one of those cool. It's like a connection of someone just so willing and ready to help just because of a quick conversation and a quick thing that I decided to do and announce to people, "Hey, I'm trying something new and I'm over 40. You all can do it too."
Yeah,
and now I get people reaching out to me.
That's so fun. That's so crazy because I would have never thought that when we first started talking about this. I would never thought there would have been people like that you knew that would be like, "Oh my God, I'm into this. I didn't know it." So it's pretty cool. I mean, because like most of my friends, because I keep a pretty small circle, I know who are into it and who are not. And I know who I'd be like, "Oh, do you want to go shoot?" And they would go.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised when you were like, "Yeah, I'll go." And then after that, it's just turning into
just need the invite.
Yeah, just invite people. If you're interested in something, just invite them.
Yep.
They may like it.
Yeah, so shout out to Lauren, if you're watching or listening or whatever. But yeah, she was super gracious and nice with her time and her tips, and she has been liking some of the posts. So with all the dozens of people that listen to this podcast, it's just amazing that
dozens.
Hey, dozens. Hey, we'll get there sometime.
Well, yeah, it's got to start somewhere.
Got to start somewhere. And, you know, I get it. This is more going to be like a video diary for me and for you to have for sharing with our families, sharing with our kids, and just one of those things like, hey, you know what? I got merch. I got merch now, by the way.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't have mine on today, but yeah, I didn't want to be, samers.
Side note, camera A. I think that for the actual shirt, I'm going to remove this and just have the dog and the bird there, and then just say Upland Underdog on the back. But I like the texture. Oh, you didn't tell me this was all like curled up. I like the texture and the quality of it though. So I'm pretty excited about having.
No, they're nice.
Having shirts. I'll get them on the website soon. If people want to have a shirt with a bird and a dog on it.
Support a 40-year-old.
Yes, yeah. Help me buy more shells. I need more shells because I miss more than I thought I would.
Not the cheap ones from Academy.
Yeah, the ones from Academy left something to be desired.
But they still shot. They just didn't cycle. So if we were running a pump or maybe a single shot, it would have been great.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they still fired.
You had to be bougie, get that semi-auto 410.
Why not? I have a little bit of adult money. I don't want to have
They make them for a reason.
I know.
You don't want to just sit on the shelf.
I didn't buy a super expensive one. I just bought one that he could shoot 3 times really fast. That was my goal.
Yep. Anything else that we have for the dog training side of things? From my perspective, I just want folks to know that I'm trying. That's what this is about. I am trying to do things the way that I feel that they should be done, which is trusting the expertise of someone else, getting the dog reps in the field, and working slowly. I have no rush to get her out there. My hope is that when quail season starts on November the 1st, she might be ready. I will not take her out on November 1st if she's not. I will not take her out on December the 1st if she's not. I will not take her out on January 1st if she's not. My hope is that I can get out there with her this season just so I can watch what she does.
But if you don't, it doesn't diminish anything for her or
Agreed.
for you. Like if she's not ready, okay. It's coming back next year too. It doesn't, so it's not like it has to be this time or it's never. I mean, you can still teach her. We just got to get her comfortable with it, that's fine. Let's not rush it.
It's a process. That's a $400 bird launching process.
Yeah. Well, but it's time with you and her. It could be time with you, her, and your wife or your kids. And it's still fun. You're still outside. You're still doing something active and not stuck behind a screen, just sitting there doing nothing.
Exactly.
So and not to say that it won't, but even if it never works out quite how you expected, it's still a journey to get there.
Yeah.
So that part would be cool.
I guess a second dog.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, my wife won't be hard to convince. It'll just be the cost associated with the dog. That'll be.
Well, at least you'll have all the gear already.
Well, that's the other thing too. And folks that are listening or watching can add it up if they want to. I'm not adding it up. but it's a solid investment. If you take the dog and you take now the bird launcher and the collar, those three things alone are more than my wife's first used car that she bought, granted 20 years ago, but still it's more than her first used car. And it is an investment, but it's an investment of time. And I'm doing it because I want the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife and I, now that we're a little bit older, we've talked, life is more about the experiences than the material things. And this is kind of both, but at the same time, I'm going to have memories. I have memories now that are going to be core memories. The first time I shot a bird, the first time I went deer hunting, the first time I shot skeet, the first time that I saw my dog get her first bird.
Yep.
These are all going to be core memories for me that I will remember until the Alzheimer's inevitably kicks in.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool though, because it'll be something you can sit around and talk about with your kids. So it's the journey. That's the part that's cool to me. It's not necessarily the successes or failures.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of it. Both the success, the failures, how we got there, and then the stories talking about it. That's always the fun part for me.
Yeah, listen to some of the stories the other weekend that we had with those old timers. I can't wait to tell some tall tales of my own when I get enough under my belt.
Yeah, absolutely. Sit around and do a little bit of fabrication of a story as well.
We heard one story that I believe, and then we heard like 48 that I didn't.
Absolutely.
The one that I believed was, this is years and years ago, and I'm not saying names, but he's like, I shot it with a 20 gauge. I shot a bird with a 20 gauge, threw it in the back of the truck. And then going downtown, I heard something flopping around the back. And when I pulled over the truck, that bird was still alive. So then I got out and it flew away. So I grabbed the 12 gauge next to me and I shot it with that. He said, I shot the same bird with two different guns.
Yeah, great story. The likelihood of it happening may be pretty low, but it was still a good story at the time. So
one bird with two guns is a good story.
It was a good story.
And if it happened, great. And we heard some other stories about outrunning the law and
yeah.
There was a lot. Some of those I did believe.
Yeah, those are probably 100% true. Yeah. Some of the hunting stories are like fishing stories. Everything's exaggerated a little bit, but outrunning the law, they probably absolutely did that.
You have to sometimes. It's a necessity.
It's a small town thing.
It is a small town thing, and cops know it's a small town thing.
I mean, there's only a few cops. It's not that hard.
Thank you again for another fun time, Eric.
Absolutely. I love being here. This is a good time. And it's weird for me to sit here and talk about our experiences. It's one thing that's for you and I to talk, but then to have other people have the opportunity to hear it. It's still weird, but I enjoy it because I don't talk about things much outside of my tight circle.
You don't talk much.
No, I'm trying to get better.
I'm surprised that A, that you're talking on this podcast, and B, that your wife is not. Is your wife saying, how can we talk so much in that podcast?
No, she doesn't. She just knows I don't talk a whole lot. So the fact that you're getting me to talk
you're doing a great job. Like I said, I'm glad that we have a little tag team of I know nothing, you know enough, and here we are. So hopefully folks out there get to enjoy it. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate the we appreciate all the stuff that we do. UplandUnderdog.com, all the websites, all the socials. Follow us there. Our last TikTok, I got over 400 views, which is that's 400 more than some of the other ones.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything on TikTok, so I didn't.
Exactly.
I'd have to look it up.
You'd have to figure that out. But so we appreciate the support because the more folks that hear this, the more it encourages us to keep on moving.
Yeah,
so,
maybe it's the more we can find somebody else that's like, maybe I want to try this. I just didn't know where to start or
reach out to us.
Yeah.
We'll if you're local, we'll talk and we might go out with you and we might show you what we know.
Absolutely. Or what we think we know.
Exactly. All right. Until next week. Talk to you guys later.
Have a good one.